Hello and welcome, my fellow Wasteland survivors. I'm Dean, and I'm here today with Zebra. Now, this is Zebra's first time helping me out with the video, so she's a little nervous, but she's ready to get going. Now, we decided to do our quick build today at Sanctuary. We're down by the big tree, and what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can make some stringed lights between two light posts. And we're going to do it without the use of mods. Okay, Turd Hound, you've been working hard. Take the rest of the day off. Alright, let's choose a couple of lamp posts. Now, we could use any ones that we wanted, but I think we're going to use this shorter style. It'll be a little easier to reach, and this wire is what we're going to use. Now, I've already placed out some conduit piping. What we're going to do is we're going to use it to align our lights. The top sticks out a little farther than the bottom. That way we don't have any collision issues. We'll use this concrete pillar to group select it, and we're going to bring it over to the house. We're going to try and line it up with this ceiling or this roof. Now, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight because it's what we're going to use to align the lights. But it doesn't hurt to try to get it as straight as you can. Plus, I want to center it on the wall so I can use the little tiles, those blue tiles, to help me center the lights that I'm going to be putting on there. And yeah, that looks like I got it pretty good. Now what we'll do is go ahead and pull out a cycling light. Now, we could use any of the other ceiling mounted lights for this, but we're going to go ahead and use the cycling light because we're going to change the colors, maybe make them look like Christmas tree lights a little. Now I'm going to go ahead and center up this middle one. I think we'll use 5 lights. Then I'll regroup select our pillar and we'll drop it down just a little from the ceiling. Now I can go ahead and place in the next 2 lights that are on the side of it, and I'm just kind of gauging about where middle's going to be. I think right about there. Now, if you notice, I'm placing the light on this outside part of the conduit. There's a reason why I'm doing that. Actually, there's a couple. One is I can keep the lights perfectly straight in a line by placing it right on the edge. The second one we'll see here in a bit. Now I'll group select it, drop it down a little bit, and we'll place our last 2 lights on. Now, these end lights will penetrate into the conduit a little bit. And the reason is because the end of the conduit's diameter is a little bigger than the main part of the conduit. And that'll ensure that that still lines up with the rest of the lights. I'll group select our pillar, bring them out here into the open. Now I'll take advantage of it being out in the open and wire up our lights. Once the lights are wired up, it's time to move it over to the build. But first, we got to prepare it. There is literally no way we could ever bring those lights over and align them up with that wire correctly. So we're going to use these metal posts to help us do it. What I've done is I've already aligned them up where they're barely touching the wire. Now that gives us something to put the conduit piping up against to see if it's straight and level. Now we'll group select our lights, we'll bring them over, and we'll get in here and try to adjust it the best we can. Now this brings me to the second reason why we put the lights on this side of the conduit piping. And the reason is even though, hey, there's Cogsworth. What's up, Cogsworth? Even though the conduit looks like it's sticking out of the metal post when I release it, it's not. It's inside of it, and there you go. You can see that. And if I would have had them any other place than where I put them on the outside, they would have never lined up with the wire that we got going between our 2 lamp posts. and every light is spot on, with the exception of the middle one. But that's okay. We're going to regroup select our conduit. We're going to bring it over, and then we're going to align it up with this particular light bulb that's off. It's just a little too low, and it's not quite touching our wire between our light posts. So I'll just adjust it here till I think it's touching the bulb. Now when you regroup select this, it is going to grab the light, but you can't move or it's not going to line up on the wire correctly. So make sure you get back where you can see it good, and then just lift it up as much as you need to. Now you could have done this individually one at a time just like that, but I think the way we did it was a little bit quicker. So we can just connect it to our lamp post, find us some power, connect our lamp up, and there you go, guys. We've got stringed lights. And we could really make this as big or as long or however you want to set this up. Connect it between electrical conduits, light posts. You know, you could just really do this any way you wanted. Since this quick build didn't take very long, I decided to go ahead and dress it up a little bit. Added a few lights on the sides, a couple of signs. And you know, a couple of days ago, a friend of mine, Nick Witt, he asked me about these string lights I had in one of my videos. So I told him I'd go ahead and make one up and show him how to do it without mods. Now let's take a quick look at how I went ahead and put the lights on the sides. If you go into the letter section and get out one of the numerals or one of the letters, it doesn't matter, you can attach a light to the bottom of it. Once you do, you can just go ahead and select the letter and you can move it anywhere you want. So you could actually do this on a wall and then bring them from the wall over here and place them on the light post as well. Now I'll place in this last light, and all we have to do is connect it to power. Now because of the way these are placed on the lamp post, we're not going to be able to connect them directly to one another. As you can see, it's turning red. So we're going to need to use a wire glitch. I'll highlight the wire, put the cursor on the electrical conduit, and then go ahead and connect it to our light. I'll highlight the wire, put the cursor on the light, then go ahead and connect it to the second one. Now I was having problems here, so what I discovered was if I went to the base or where the light was connected to or would connect to something, it was much easier to connect the wires. And as you can see, that one snapped up real easy there. Now I'll look around, I'll find the wire that we just connected, highlight that light, go to the base or to where this light would connect, and yes, connects with no problem. Now we'll just repeat the process one more time to connect it to our lamp post. And voila, we have lights. Now we can just go ahead and get rid of our other conduits. We don't need them anymore. Here we'll take a look at it without the street lamps on. It's just the cycling lights. But yeah, that has a pretty good look to it. Well, I hope that helps you out, Nick Witt. And I hope today's tips inspire you all to make some amazing lighting in your settlements. Also, speaking of being inspired, I'm excited because this video is the first video I get to showcase my new Lightbox outro that we made at Taffling Boathouse. Also, I'm sure you guys noticed I've got a new intro as well. It's pretty crazy. I like it. But anyways, thank you guys very much for coming and spending your precious time with me today. It's greatly appreciated. And just like always, everybody, until next time, please stay safe and peace.